Here's something I think we can all relate to. Coach Richard here. The reason I say that is you ever had people in your life that kind of aren't in your corner, that are sitting there saying, you know what, it can't work for you. You know, you're just not capable. Yeah, good luck with that. You're just dreaming. What do you think? You're better than us? That sort of thing. I know I certainly had in my life, and you probably have had as well. And this is something about the importance of championing other people that you see that are working hard, that are there, that have a goal, a dream, an objective. Personally, it goes all the way back to the time my first year in high school, where there was a confab of various teachers that said that poor little Dick Cameron just isn't capable here. He's not fitting into the system. We need to divert him to a 2-year program because maybe he can be fruitful in life and be an apprentice to a plumber. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's exactly what happened. Now, it's funny because I had somebody who championed me at the time, a coach, a teacher, and stuff, screaming and hollering from what I was told in this confab of people saying, you don't understand. He's like up here. I was a voracious reader. I would sit down, we'd get encyclopedias in. I don't know if it was once a month or whatever. I would go through them. I would read them. National Geographic, I would read them. There was so much more to the world. So much more to the world. And yet I was in an environment that actually made me sick. That Labor Day and the start of school year would come around, I would get visibly, viscerally sick that I was now going to be confined. Now, look, I got through high school. I don't know how I got through high school, but the bottom line is I sat down at a school not far from where I went to school to take an American college entry exams called SATs. And lo and behold, I finished in the top 5% of all people that took SATs that year. A guy who's barely getting through high school where he was from. Because what I was being asked in this test, guess what? The answers were in front of me all the way through. It was multiple choice, wasn't it? It was There's the answer. That's the answer. This is the answer. Got through it. 5 years later, I graduate with both a bachelor's of science and a master's of science, and went on and did all kinds of other things in my life because I had interest in the rest of the world. But I got championed. And I sort of carried that on with other athletes that I've worked with, other business people I've worked with. I remember one young man, he was a member of the UC Santa Barbara cross country team, and he was sitting there working hard, doing things. He was computer science, and he had no place to live, but he was training and going. He was just broke. Said, come live at my house. Just come live at my house. That's it. Here's a room, stuff. I got food in the fridge. That's great. Come live in my house. Bill was his name. And indeed, and it went on to become a programmer for a major airline company back in, I don't know what year that would have been. Doesn't really matter, guys. The bottom line is you can champion people. I can see folks when I put them up in my home to train at altitude, championing them. Let's go. Let's make this happen. Why? Because they were worthy. They were worthy of having somebody be able to reach out and grab hold and say, let's go do this. Champion, because they were capable. They had absolutely commitment to themselves. Now, some people will take that entire aspect of being, weighed down on by other people. You're not capable. You're not worthy. You just think you're better than us. Go away. That sort of thing. Guys, don't use that as a chip. A lot of people want to use it and put a chip on their shoulders. I'll prove them wrong and stuff. No, tap into. The whole idea is to tap into that passion of you. Not that, yes, you're going to compete against those people in business and in the rest of your life, but you don't have to be part of who they are. They don't have to get into your real psyche of what they are, that deadening sort of thing. Tap into your passion. Tap into your just capabilities. Develop yourself. Continue to develop yourself. Yeah, test yourself against some of these other people. Without question, you can test yourself against these people. But because if you don't do that, then you don't know where you stand from the standpoint of the marketplace of ideas, the marketplace of productivity, the marketplace of ingenuity. Yes, you can compare yourself, but you don't have to be like them. You don't have to use that as a chip on your shoulder and dwell on that. You dwell on you, and you celebrate your own passion, and you bring that to other people and recognize those other people when they are indeed working hard at what they are doing, and they are worthy of your championing them. Not the people who make the excuses all the time. I'm not capable, I'm not worthy, that sort of thing. No, you championing the people who are saying, I am worthy because I put in the work. You know, success is really a culmination of a lot of hard work. It just is. You know it and I know it. Not the shortcuts, because the shortcuts really aren't there. They're just an illusion. But that work and tapping into that passion and that piece. I know it because I've experienced it, I've shared it, I've promoted it through all aspects. And I, I look at people today that have given up sometimes on their goals and dreams, right? For no other reason than other people criticize them. I don't feel good because somebody says that what I'm doing isn't worthy. How nuts is that? When you become part of my tribe, literally part of my tribe, you literally step into a whole other world of achievement and excellence and support, and most importantly, I guess, recognition that you are on a path of your direction, your objectives, your dreams turning to reality. Because all that other noise that's out there, and I call it noise, is not worthy of your time or even giving a second thought to the people that are just not in your corner. That's the reality of life. But a lot of people want to just, get sucked back into that mediocre naysayers. Hopefully that's not you. And if you're on here and you're still watching this, I'm pretty sure it's not you. But just decide today that you are going to champion not only yourself, but the other people that you see are worthy of your emotional support, your time, your resources, because your whole world will change when you decide that you are indeed the captain not only of your life, but you're able to recognize the people that are wanting to be the captain of their own life. Go champion someone, but you got to start with yourself. That's it. Take care. Coach Richard out. Bye-bye.